Matt Murdock is feeling the push and pull of his choices more than ever before. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Daredevil issue number 10 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, Matt had let his little devil do the talking and ended up breaking one of the 10 commandments by hopping into bed with a married woman. At first he tries his hardest to rationalize it. No, I'm the good guy here. I'm the hero. I'm saving her from a bad marriage. Nah, Matt isn't even that deluded to believe something like that. He knows he's just an unrepentant horn dog, masking his own personal pain with pleasure. Only it's never been so dangerous before. Even if he was still Daredevil, this would be a terrible, terrible idea on his part. Now, Matt isn't even able to bask in the post-coitus glow for too long because he gets called to work. You remember that guy who he was working with as a parole officer? Well, he got picked up for a gun violation. And now it looks like they're going to be sending him up the river forever. Matt still blames himself for this guy's plight. You'll recall that his brother was actually killed by him by accident in the first arc. And just to really rub some salt in the wound, the guy says he was only carrying a gun in the first place for protection because the streets have become so chaotic ever since Daredevil went away. The Owl's forces are on the rise and regular everyday Joes are dressing up like Daredevil to fight back. And speaking of Leland Owsley, it would seem that tonight's the night him and his henchmen attempt to strike back at all of their foes, including the husband of Matt's newest fling. It seems they wanted to burn the place down, but the dude actually stepped in and risked life and limb to chase them off, in doing so perhaps reminding this lady why exactly she fell in love with him in the first place. Ooh, when it rains it pours, am I right? The promise of a brand new gang war on the streets of New York hasn't gone over the heads of the cops either, especially the ones who are in the Owl's pocket, the ones who have been duking it out with Detective Cole North recently. They knew that North would never bend and never break on his own, and because of that they decided to go after his partner Higgins. They put him in a coma, but he just so happened to have a seizure and die. And now because they can't be 100% sure North won't rat them out to the higher-ups, they figure they might as well use the chaos of the gang war to kill him in the police station now and have it over with. And you know what? They might just have gotten away with it too, were it not for the fact that Matt Murdock was already in the police station and able to put together another makeshift Daredevil costume, complete with billy clubs this time. That means Daredevil and North, two characters who have been like Ahab and his white whale all series long, are actually forced to fight side by side to take down a bunch of these dirty cops, being careful not to go too far, because this whole thing is one giant powder keg set to go from bad to worse. Daredevil even goes the extra mile by trying to help Cole out by saying that he can blame all of this violence in the precinct on him, that an easy superhero scapegoat should give him all the time he needs to get his affairs in order and possibly even manage to escape the city should everything go well. It's hard to believe these two started their relationship bare-knuckle boxing each other in the street, and now they're putting all this trust within one another. Now where does Matt go after the police station? He's bloody, bruised, beaten, and has absolutely no idea what to do next. Well, that is of course until his old friend Elektra shows up, who, I guess because the Netflix shows aren't a thing anymore, she now looks 100% like her original counterpart, like original counterpart. And it's on that note right there that the comic comes to a close, everybody. So that was Daredevil issue number 10, and once again Chip Zdarsky shows why he is such a master of character development. The message of this story continues to be that perhaps Matt Murdock's greatest battles aren't the one he fights in the costume, but it's the ones he fights out of them against his own personal devils. And that perhaps the only way for Daredevil to be better, to be born again as it were, Matt Murdock needs to put his own life in order. Cole North is also coming along quite nicely as a character too. I know I called it really early on that I thought it's only a matter of time before he eventually takes up the Daredevil costume, and while I still think that's definitely going to happen, the route we're taking to get there is what makes it so damn fascinating. Overall, I'd give this issue a much-deserved 8.5 out of 10. Really solid stuff. Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.